Where have I been for the last 2 weeks? I'm about 150 hours into my Victorian cast iron stove, and this is all of the footage so far. Welcome to That Little Crafting Place, where we make miniatures and more. And yes, it's true, I'm about 150 hours into this project and I'm almost done. I have to put a few details on it and then paint it, and I'll be able to reveal it to you sometime next week. The images I'm sharing with you now were the images I collected for inspiration for this project. I did boil it down to 3 or 4 stoves that I really liked. It was also wonderful to see all the different pots and kettles that I'm going to make to go along with the stove. I really had a good time. It took me a couple of days to source all these images, and then after that I drew a picture on some graph paper, and for the most part this stove was all freestyle the rest of the way. Mine does not have a lot of design detail at the moment. I did design and create all the hinges for all the doors by myself, and I'll share how I did that in the video next week. Pouring through all these images, I did learn about the different utensils I'm going to have to make for my kitchen, such as this pot for heating water. I'm going to make one of those. And since it is spring, I did have to step away to work in the garden and get all the seeds in the seed trays in the greenhouse. And right now we're in the process of switching out the fish pond. I saved up for a larger pond. I'm going to take the smaller pond to my son, who's in his first house with his lovely little family. And so I'm going to take the old pond down to him, and he can put a fish pond in his first yard. And that will be a delight. We're going to do that in a couple of weeks. So all the yard work was done between waiting for glue and paper mache to dry, which is also time consuming in a project. The following stoves are free from decoration, so you can get a really good idea of how the stove is designed. I am considering putting some decorative William & Morris tile on my stove. I haven't quite decided which design I'm going to use yet. While the paint is drying on this project, I'm going to get started on the balcony railing on the library, as well as the spiral staircase, and I will pick that up where I leave off when I get back from Oregon in a couple of weeks. Next will be the 3 stairwells, and then after that it's just wallpapering and adding the rooms one at a time. The rest of these images are stoves that are in the process of being refurbished. You can see the different stages of their age and condition. Even though my little stove is just made from scrap wood from my build, I wanted it to look like it could really work if it were a full-size stove. So I hope I've met that goal. You can let me know in the comments next week when my video is uploaded and I've shared the results. If the footage for my video is a lot longer than I expect, I might put it up in a part 1 and part 2 a couple days apart. I don't really want to put it up in a super long video. If I did that, it might be as long as an hour, maybe an hour and a half. If it turns out to be the case, I might break it up into 1, 2, possibly 3 parts, because I don't want to lose any of the detail of how I've constructed the stove. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. Please like and subscribe. I welcome your thoughts and ideas in the comments below. Please share my channel with your crafting friends. But most of all, have a lovely, lovely day.